Hello, this is the RPG Pundit, the final boss in Internet Shitlords, and here's Meatball. I'm not quite sure where Big Chungus is hiding. Today, I was going to tell you guys about a couple more of the RPG Pundit Presents contents and talk about their subject matter. The first of these was RPG Pundit Presents number 18, which I'm going to cover very quickly, which is Advanced Astrology. And the reason I'm covering it quickly is because you can find the Advanced Astrology content in the Old School Companion. So unless you only want the Advanced Astrology stuff, you're better off getting the Old School Companion. But maybe that's all you want, because it is an entire system of astrology and astrological magic, both the basics and the more advanced uses of astrology for things like astrological cures and astrological potions and stuff like that. That you can incorporate into your OSR game, right? It could be used in theory by your magic user class, or possibly by non-magic users too, right? So it's a really good system, and it's $2.99, and you can pick it up again as RPG Pundit Presents number 18, or you can pick it up as part of the Old School Companion, which also has tons of other additional magic systems, add-on magic stuff that you can put into your campaign, like different types of grimoire magic, the tarot, astrology, etc. RPG Pundit Presents number 19 is a very different topic, which shows you the range of the RPG Pundit Presents series. By the way, both of these products are already bestsellers, and they both cost $2.99, and they're both about 15 pages long, I believe. And so the next one is the Frantabulous robot generator. And this is a system for creating robots as potentially as characters, but mainly as encounters in your OSR games. And it's thought of specifically for gonzo fantasy. Now, there's no reason you can't use it in a straighter sci-fi setting. Like there might be a couple of entries there that are a bit too goofy, and you might have to tailor the choices. But it's a collection 15 pages worth, or 14 or 15 pages, something like that, worth of tables and rules for creating step-by-step robots that include options for things like, is the robot intelligent or not? And then if it is stuff that you rarely find, like mechanics and tables for their origin story, background developments, prior history, and weird motivations or hobbies or things like that, So it lets you flesh out a whole bunch of details about your robot. Besides, of course, it has all the standard stuff, right? Like how to build for their basic body type, combat bonuses, armor class, etc., types of weaponry that it uses, movement rates, all that stuff is in there. And it's all put into the form of tables, so you can roll it all randomly if you like and get something unusual, but the default will be a pretty standard robot if you roll randomly by the odds. Or you can get a mix and match of maybe in some cases rolling and sometimes choosing the options that you want. Now, I don't know what kind of gamer you are. Some of you might say, well, I don't want any science fiction in my fantasy gaming, and that's fine. Then this product isn't for you unless you want to use it for your straight sci-fi, because maybe you feel the same way about your sci-fi, but you wanted a good robot generator. By the way, if you own Star Adventurer, and if you don't, you really should, because it's a complete OSR RPG for just $9.99. If you have Star Adventurer, the robot generator is a great pairing with it, because it allows you to add robot characters into your Star Adventurer campaign. So it works really well there, for example. And you can definitely create those kind of Star Wars type droids with this book. But then there's some people, there's some people like it all the time, right? Like they're totally, gonzo gaming, true gonzo gaming. This is like My World of the Last Sun, Avengers of Tannis' Chult, stuff along those lines. Speaking of which, I think his Kickstarter is almost done. So for those of you who have the bad taste to like Ventures books, then feel free to go check it out. His Chult, I forget what it is, Chartreuse something or other. But this isn't a promotion or anything. I just remembered. So anyways, that style where there's constant mixing of like fantasy and sci-fi tropes together then this is obviously right up your alley. But maybe you're someone who's like the third option, which is occasional sci-fi in my fantasy, which is kind of what you get as the default in settings like Greyhawk or Mystara, right? Where most of the times, 95% of the world is fantasy. But then there's like 5% of the world that's sci-fi, right? That there's like an alien spaceship that crashed in the mountains, or there's, some little valley with like high-tech elves living in it, and things like that. And so this is really useful for that kind of campaign too. Maybe you won't get as much use out of it as a campaign where, everybody can have like power armor and laser swords and cast spells from scrolls and have +4 demon swords all at the same time, which is what you get in World of Last Sun, but it still can be useful. So anyways, both of these, copper bestsellers already, and be sure to check them out. And if those two don't sound up your alley, check out all the other 104 issues so far of RPG Pundit Presents, because you're bound to find something you like. They all range from 99 cents to about $4.99 at the highest, not counting Star Adventure, which is $9.99 in print, but $4.99 I think on PDF. So yeah, check all those out. You're bound to find something you like, and keep checking with me for more details on some of the other issues, as well as my standard videos on news and controversy and what have you. And thanks, Meatball, for staying put during the filming of this shorter than usual video. See you guys later.